What up, y'all? I'm Davitson. Welcome back to an episode of A Better Understanding with Davitson. Today we have a special guest, owner of Smiles Photo Booth, and who I consider one of the best photographers in CT. I'd like to welcome y'all, Treja.
Oh, wow.
You hear the people?
Thank you for that introduction. I appreciate it.
All right, Treja. So what's up? What's up with you?
You know,
Lifing?
lifing. It's been a eventful week for sure.
Nice.
In the photo studio, our last day here.
If you want to tell the viewers, how do we know each other?
It sounds mad funny, but Dave is my uncle.
I believe that.
Actually,
And she's my niece.
And Jamie's your Jamie's great uncle. So you're a great uncle.
Oh, wow.
That sounds crazy.
I feel old.
That's crazy.
Okay. So if you want to tell the viewers, how'd you get into photography?
Photography, it honestly, it was more of like it just gradually became a thing. So starting all the way back to like 8th grade, like middle school, I had a little Coolpix camera that I probably took from my mom.
If you want to explain to the viewers, they don't know what Coolpix, if they don't know what that is.
A Coolpix is like one of those small little, well, I feel like they're starting to come back out now, those little small digital cameras.
Is it those cameras that got the photos that print right away?
No, it doesn't print right away. It's literally just a little digital camera. It's really small, little point and shoot. You just turn it on, take the picture, and plug it in your computer. But I had one of those, and I would bring it to school, take pictures of all my friends, bring it on field trips, bring it to recess. And that's where it kind of really started. Actually, no, if we go deeper, it really started with my mom because my mom,
Your mom,
freak.
She loves taking photos, yeah.
If there's a picture to take, she's taking it.
Shout out to Mom.
So she was always taking pictures of me from when I was like a baby. Like there's millions of baby pictures of me. So it really started from there. And then I kind of grew to dislike having pictures taken of me. And then I'm like, okay, like I like taking pictures of other people. So yeah, so from really like middle school and then going into high school, my Sweet 16, actually, I got a Canon Rebel for my 16th birthday. And from there, again, I would just bring my camera to school every day, take pictures of my friends during lunch. Like we would get dressed up, get cute, take pictures, and then after school, do the same thing, have many little photo shoots. And then from there, like literally as each time, like it would just progress into like getting more serious. So by my senior year of high school, I did a fashion photo class where pretty much we would have like cameras assigned to us and they give us little assignments and we'd go and like take pictures of like classmates and like just learn more about like editing and how to take pictures and things of that nature. And then my senior year, I actually went to a college fair at the Danbury Mall, and there was this big old giant Canon camera, and it was for the school called Hallmark Institute of Photography, and I ended up doing like a tour there, and then the rest is really history. Like.
And then you went to the school,
yeah, I
right?
went to the school. I went there for a year. I graduated, which is crazy to say, 10 years ago. So I'm celebrating my 10 year. Yes.
All right, that's it.
But yeah, so honestly, like I would say pictures just kind of just gradually became a thing, and like it's really just a part of me. Like I don't see it as like a hobby or like a job, but it's literally just in me. So
Yeah.
that was a long answer, sorry.
Yeah. Nah, that's cool. When you were in school, you made like a lot of friends, right?
Oh,
Towards
yeah,
like
for
photography,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you know what's funny? Like, you were like one of those that like you hand the phone to, like you take the photo, because some people aren't good at taking photos. When you're like, Take a photo of me, like, yo, where's my head? Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
I'm always the person like,
You have to
oh,
hold it a
she's here
certain way.
now. She's here now. Have her take the picture, like
Yeah.
instantly.
Yeah, that's true. You told me not too long ago. You're saying like you're living your goals that you planned for like 5 to 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Like you're living your dream, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so kind of
Like what
going.
was it that was written down?
Yeah, so it's so funny to say. A few years ago, I had another business that I was doing, and I was working with mentors. Shout out John and Erica Zanzarella, and every day, like we would write down like some goals and like things that we'd look forward to in the next like 5 to 10 years, and I would constantly write like like my 10 lifestyle would pretty much be like I want to wake up whenever I want to. I want to like live by the beach. I want to go and, take photos whenever I want. Pretty much just like have a freedom of time, have financial freedom. And at that point, I pretty much was just working full time at Amazon and kind of just doing a million things at once. I was taking photos, not full time though, and just doing a lot of side jobs, just literally all over the place, just burning myself out completely. But in the works of all of that, like to say like I'm living in my goals right now. Like right now, like I live by the beach. I wake up when I want to. I have full control of my schedule. Like if I want to have a photo shoot today, okay, let's put it in the calendar. I work part-time here and there when I feel like it, but it's not like I have to. So when I say like living in my goals and the things that I wrote down, it's like I kind of really like manifested it in a way.
Yeah.
And what's actually pretty funny is that the photo studio that we're in right now is right by the first Amazon that I worked at like a couple years ago. And I drove past this place every single day. Excuse me. Didn't even realize that this place was in existence. So when I came to tour here, I was like, wait, like I kind of know where I'm going. Like I'm right by like my old job. So it's like I kind of manifested having this space and didn't even realize it. So I don't know. Yeah.
It was like a calling, yeah.
Yeah. It was so crazy.
Oh, that's dope. How do you, since you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, you're a mom, how do you like navigate all that at the same time? It's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
So
it's
what could you tell the viewers? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
How could you help them?
Well, for one, like I can't say it's definitely not all just on me. Like I do have an amazing support team. Like shout out, my family, for one, definitely, because anytime something comes up, they there. But navigating all of it, honestly, right when I had my daughter, I'd say 2 months, literally 2 months postpartum, I was like, at that time in my business, I didn't have a photo studio.
She was so small.
Yeah, she was so small. I was traveling to all of my clients. Like I would go to my clients' houses. I would bring the backdrop. I would bring the props. My car would be fully packed. Like I would just literally just everything in my car, just take it out and bring it into their house, set up everything. And then once I had my daughter, I was like, I can't keep doing that. Taking all my photography equipment out, putting the baby's, not equipment, the baby stuff in. And like, that was just too much. I was like, something's got to give. Like, and I never truly wanted to have a photo studio because it just wasn't in the cards for me. Like I never really thought of that at all. But once I had her, I was like, I want to have a space that I don't have to continuously like be moving equipment or, like I want to have a place where I can bring her and also work versus like having to worry about putting her in daycare or like finding like extra childcare. So shout out to her because I wouldn't even have the studio if it wasn't for her. So that was the one way that I was able to manage, having business and having, like going through my mom journey. So, like I would pretty much have her here in her playpen while
that's
she
pretty
was,
cool.
yeah, she'd be like 3-4 months just in
You
her
could be
playpen.
working and she's just chilling.
Right, yeah,
like, oh,
she's
look,
just
there's a
chilling.
baby chilling over
Right,
there.
yeah, literally people just come. I'm like, oh, don't mind her, she's chilling. So like she literally, and she's 2 now, so she literally like grew up in here. Like now when I have photo shoots, she's the one greeting the clients coming in, like making everybody feel comfortable. She's moving equipment around, she's setting stuff up. So it's like it really like set the tone of like even just her seeing me like growing and like hustling and just getting to it. So like I don't know, I would say navigating all of it, it's really just day by day. It really is day by day, but there's a lot that people don't see behind the scenes because you just see the results.
Yeah. And you're always putting in work, like in general. And half the time, I'm all like, how does Trisha do all of this? And remember, you were getting to space? I thought you were crazy. I was like, you just had a newborn, you're getting to space. I was like, what is Trisha doing? But you did it. Like, you proved me wrong. Like, I think that's so cool.
And you know what's so crazy is like, I literally woke up one day, and again, I had that thought, like, I can't keep, taking my equipment in and out the car, put it, like, it was just too much. So, I sat down and I was like, you know what, let me write some goals down. Let me think about some things that I could do the next few months because, again, photography is my full time. I didn't really want to go back to working, but I still wanted to be there for my daughter because I was breastfeeding. I seen how it was for other people, and I just didn't want that for me personally. So I was like, how can I make this work? So I literally sat down, grabbed my notebook, and I have it all dated too. I can pull it out. And it was, I think, July, literally a month after I had her. And I was like, okay, by September 1st, I'm going to have a photo studio. And with that photo studio, I'm going to, make this amount of money, or I'm going to do this so I can provide, for my family and, do what I have to do. Literally a week after, I think it was the end of July, because going into a week after, it was like August by that time, I went on Facebook Market and was like looking around at spaces just to get an idea. And then this place popped up for a tour. And I was like, okay, bet. Contacted them, came to do the tour. I had my daughter with me. And I was looking around the space. I was like, you know what? Like, I don't know. Like, I think this is it. I think this is the spot. And when I heard like the amount that like it was, I was like, like this is definitely going to be like, wouldn't even really say a challenge. It's definitely going to be something that I have to like work hard for. And for me personally, like I never see like money as like, oh, like I'm not going to be able to afford. I'm not going to be able to, I can't get this. I can't get that. For me, I think completely differently. I'm thinking in the mindset of like, all right, what do I have to do to get that? What can I do to maintain it? So it really was just like, all right, let's just get it. So I, had some money saved, put the deposit down, got the keys. And then from there, I didn't have anything, honestly. Like if I'm completely transparent, like
you started with nothing.
I had nothing. Then I was like, you know what? Okay, bet. If I go and me and Amazon have a toxic relationship. If I go back to Amazon for a couple weeks, I could use that extra money to like help pay the rent for the studio and, just keep myself afloat there. But while I'm in there, obviously be doing photo shoots and like just coming up with different like events and like different things to just keep this place like afloat. So really it was just like faith. Faith is what funded everything. And faith is what continues to fund my business and just my life. So
half the time when I ask you questions, I'll be like, how's that going to work? You're like, it's going to work.
It's going to work. Like, I'm not thinking like, oh, this isn't going to work. I'm like, it's going to work. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah. So Treja was like one of the few people that kind of hyped me up to kind of do the podcast. She's been telling me for months, almost a year.
Yeah, on it.
She's been on it. She's all like, David, you need to do your podcast. Just do it. Like, even before I even had the equipment and I started to get the equipment. And I was like, oh, now it's time. But she was one of the few I like to thank for me to start one. But I always wanted to start one, but she kind of hyped me up to start this.
If there's one thing, if you tell me you're thinking about something, let's do it.
Yeah.
Get on it. I'm on you. Like, I'm playing no games for you. You could even be like, listen, I'm about to go set up a lemonade stand outside and sell some lemonade. Bet.
We did that before.
Yeah, we actually
with the
we
kids.
did that with the kids.
Yeah.
A few summers ago, I was like,
and they made some money.
It's a nice summer day.
Do you remember how much they made?
I think they made like $80, but it was like 6 of them, so they had to split it
amongst
all of them. But yeah, like even simple as that, I was like, it's a nice day. Let's have a lemonade stand.
Nah, that was dope though. All the neighbors came.
Yeah. Yeah. So
the neighbors, like some of them we don't know. And it's cool, like we got to know them, like, oh, we seen y'all for this long, but hey, I'm Davitson. What's up?
Yeah, it was so funny. We were just like, all right, we just got a table. Let's go get a picture. There's some lemonade in the cupboard. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's how I am. Anything, let's do it. I'm not all about like, oh, like let's think about it. Let's talk. No, let's go.
Let's
you said it. Let's go.
And not only that, like for like, I think it's cool, like for like content creator, like you just put yourself out there. And I used to be like, damn, Treja, how do you do that? And you're talking from the camera, like you make it look so easy. What could you tell the viewers, like putting yourself out there, like being scared? Some people are scared to be on camera stuff. And I felt like when I started, like I'm easily good to talk to, converse with. Yeah. But when it comes to the camera, I'm like, I just have to do it because you were doing it. But how do you explain to the viewers?
I honestly don't think. The second you think, you're done.
Yeah.
That I feel like that's how it is with like most of like anything, honestly, is like the second like you think, then that gives your mind like the chance to be like, all right, like what could go wrong? And it's like you don't want to get into that headspace of like, all right, all the negative thoughts, all the negative things. Because they're living in
fear, right?
Yeah, because then you're definitely going to be living in fear. But the second you're like literally, I think I was at the store the other day. I was like, you know what, this might be like some decent content I could record. And I'm like, obviously, like it can be embarrassing you holding your phone out in front of you, like at the grocery store or wherever, because like people are gonna look at you. But it's like sometimes it's like, okay, one, you might not see these people ever again. Two, who cares?
Yeah.
You just kind of have to be like, who cares?
Like I tried it a few times when you got your phone out, but I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm looking at who's looking at me like, so anyways, but I see you do it effortlessly.
But sometimes you have to think like people are really focused on themselves. So it may feel like people are looking at you, people are like thinking like and judging us, but most times like people are just like a quick look like, oh, okay. Anyways. So that's how I feel. Like, yeah.
How did you get good at Canva? You're
Canva?
good. Oh. Yeah. She don't realize like it takes so much skill to
you
like.
You think so?
I think so. Like I'd be so confused. I was like, Treja, you gotta help me.
Really? That's so funny for me to hear because I don't know. I think certain things just come so naturally to me that I just don't see it as like a challenge. Like I'm like Canva. Well, I mean, with Canva, I just go and like find a template and then I just like move things around and just play with it.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. But you wanted to do something where you were like teaching people how to use it, right?
Yeah, like I don't mind like going through and like helping people and teaching people how to do things. Cause like I said, like for me, it just comes natural. Like I don't think it's anything. But then when I have like people come to me like, oh, like how you do that? And I'm like, oh, it's just simple like that. And then I'm like, okay, I have a lot of people asking me these questions. So maybe I should just
have a service,
some type of class or something.
Yeah. Because everybody needs a service on how to use anything.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Before we started the podcast, when we were setting this up and your mic went flying, you want to explain what happened?
Well, first and foremost, David saved my life 2 times. Yeah. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for David, for real. But yeah, my finger got caught in here because I'm so clumsy. I'm the clumsiest person ever. But yeah, David saved me. But in the midst of saving me, he did also get his finger caught.
She was like, help. And I'm here going to save her. My finger gets caught. Yeah. And I'm here like, my fucking finger's stuck. Yeah. And what was the other situation? Do you remember?
Yeah, we had a family vacation in Mexico, and I was just chilling in the ocean, swimming.
Both of us. I was in there too.
Yeah, and then I just happened to like get stuck, like
because the current. People know how like the ocean is. If you get stuck in the current that comes the same time, you get pulled out. And some people drown from that. Lately, what was the guy from the Cosby Show? Yeah. I think that happened to him. I think the current took him too.
Yeah, it's actually a real scary thing because when I was out in the water, I had looked up like kind of making a pinpoint of like where everybody was. And then like I was just, swimming, chilling, and then I happened to look up and I was like, okay, I'm a little bit further down from where everybody was. And I see the lifeguard not even paying attention. I'm like, hey, help. Like, I'm kind of stuck. And then I see David and I was like, oh my God. I was like, David, come get me. I'm stuck in the water.
Yeah, it's funny because we were actually both stuck, and I finally made it out. But I'm not paying attention to where you are.
Yeah.
So I made it out. So I was like, "Oh shit, that was a lot to get out." And all I heard was David, and then I ran back in the water to go grab you. You're like, "Oh my God!" And
if
I had
it wasn't
to like
for David, I really would have been. I don't even know. I really was just. There's no other way to explain. I was stuck. Like I was just. Like I couldn't move out of the water
because the current was like taking you into the ocean.
Yeah, it was serious, but I loved it. I loved it before that happened.
Outside of photography, like, what do you like to do that's not photography?
Right. It's actually kind of funny because that work-life balance can be a challenge when you are a photographer because pictures it's life, like on your phone, you're taking a picture, taking a video, like sometimes it could be a challenge to separate that because
when people see you,
when people see me, they know who I am. They're like, oh yeah, she takes the picture. Can you come take this picture? Like, no, I'm trying to be off today.
I used to always ask you that. I'm like, what if people see it? They're like, hey, Treja, take photos. They're like, no, I'm here to be present.
Yeah, even when I eventually get invited to something personally, not to work, I try to like restrain myself from being like, oh, I could take the picture for you or like, but me outside of all of that, when I'm not battling the work life balance, I like to go to concerts. I like to go to the beach. I like to sit outside and, journal. I love to go shopping. I love spending time with my family and I like to travel. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Outside of photography that I like to do, that's me.
Talking of concerts, who's your favorite artist?
Oh, my favorite artist for sure is The Weeknd. And there's a good handful of other people that might be controversial, but I'm gonna just leave it at The Weeknd.
How would you describe like The Weeknd concert? Sometimes I feel like it's like I see some like evil stuff. Something I've seen online, but I don't know.
Listen, if you want to get into conspiracies,
that's what I'm asking.
I love some conspiracies. For concert wise, I definitely think they're over there, doing some spooky stuff for sure. One of the Weeknd concerts I actually went to, I literally felt like heat, and we were outside. It was chilly, and I'm like, yo, I feel heat. Like it was during one of the songs that he was performing. Everything was like red and like it felt hot. Like, and I think it was a song he was singing "Die for You." And I was like, yo, this doesn't feel right. Yeah. I was like, I rebuke all of this. But yeah, I do feel like concerts can be a kind of ritual, but that's another time for that. But I actually did recently just go to The Weeknd's concert and somehow got upgraded to floor seats.
How did that work?
My mom and I, we went, and when we went to go get to our seats, they were like, oh yeah, like your seats don't exist. And I was like, what? So they're like, yeah, you got to go to customer service, figure that out. So we went down there and they're like, oh yeah, we only have like floor seats left. And I was like, I mean,
I'll take that.
I'll take it. So we went from being like row 3 in the nosebleeds to literally the third row next to the stage. And for me, like, not only like is that my favorite artist, but
how does that happen in that
how
artist?
Does that
Your
happen?
artist.
Yeah. One, how does that happen? But like it was also kind of like a full circle moment because for him, like this is it was his last concert as being The Weeknd. Now he's going to be able. Mm-hmm. But I've gone to all the concerts to see him with my mom. And I'd say like a decade ago, like when we first went to the concert, it was just like him very new and, supporting him. And then now like we get to see his last concert as The Weeknd and we get to be right next to the stage and like seeing the growth.
That's crazy.
Like that was just like so surreal. Like seeing the growth of somebody that literally came like from the bottom and worked his way up. So that honestly was like kind of inspiring and like just like wow, like a moment of whoa.
Yeah. Not only that, like good stuff happened to you. Like I don't know, like the things you go through. Mm-hmm. I mean, some things you tell me, like bad things happen to you too.
Yeah.
Like you believe in like alignment, like things start getting better for you over time.
For sure.
You believe in alignment and everything.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I don't see anything as like, well, certain things obviously are coincidence, but I definitely do truly believe that everything happens for a reason. Like literally that week I had made a lot of really big decisions, big life-changing decisions, and I feel like part of me, like with making those decisions, like part of getting that upgrade seat, it was like a reward. Like, hey, you did what you had to do. You were disciplined, you know, and God was like, here, take these floor seats.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Going through all of that. And then you're like, yeah, I'm in the front. You're like, that's the man up there, right? You went to another concert too, right?
Yeah. Last week I went to Lil Wayne solo. It was literally a last minute decision. Like, I kept seeing that he had a tour going on, and then I realized that he was going to be local, and I was like, you know what? I love me some Lil Wayne.
I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of know like a lot of like Lil Wayne songs. I'm like, damn, I could have went. And then my wife told me like, oh, she told me, and then she was like, I couldn't make it, but she still went. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool that she went anyways.
I was thinking to ask you, but I knew you were doing your interview, so.
And what happened? I was like in the middle of like exporting everything. Then I was like, oh, Treja, what's up? You're like, I'm at a concert. I'm like, what?
After I just see him earlier today.
Yeah, I'm at the Lil Wayne concert. I was like, oh shoot, I would have went.
Yeah, I'm literally the most random person, honestly. You could just text me like on like a Tuesday 9 a.m. Oh yeah, I'm on the beach like in Cali or something. So random. But no, it was a really last minute decision. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go. Like I asked a few people, they were busy because you know it was a Tuesday. And I didn't even buy the tickets yet because I wasn't for sure if I was actually gonna go. And then I was just like on my way there trying to like listen to a good like random mix of Lil Wayne because
his last album.
Yeah, well, his last album.
Nah,
it was a challenge. Listen to that.
Yeah,
but like growing up, like in my early teens, I love Lil Wayne. Like Weezy, everything. I even had the shirt that said "Free Weezy." I had posters of him on my walls in my room. Like I was Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
To the day. So I was like, you know what, whatever. Like I don't need to go to the concert with anybody. I could go solo. And that's not the first time that I've gone to concert solo. So when on my way there, still didn't have the tickets. Literally got there.
Wait, on the way there?
On the way there, tickets? I still didn't have any tickets.
What if it was sold out?
Then it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I'm gonna just go there, see if I can get some decent seats, whatever. So I got there and then I honestly just bought whatever tickets. And so if you ever go to the Xfinity Center or the Xfinity Theater, yeah, it's like the lawn and then there's seats. So it's like the lawn is always the cheapest because it's literally just standing or you bring your own chair and you're sitting in the grass with like a bunch of people. So I was like, do I want to be cheap and just go in the lawn or should I just like spend a couple extra bucks and just like, you know, get a seat, a seat. So I was like, you know what, I'll just get a seat because I don't want to deal with the lawn. So I ended up getting like some crappy seat. I find my seat. It's in between two people. And I'm like, this isn't going to work because if you ever go to a concert with me, I'm not the type of person to sit down. I'm jumping, I'm screaming, I'm in it. I'm the full experience. Like, I actually had blisters on my heels from the Weeknd and Lil Wayne concert because I was jumping so much. But I was like, you know what? This isn't going to work. So I kind of like, you know, was like, getting a feel of the place, like seeing how security was, like looking at all the seats. There were so many empty seats like in front of me. So I was like, you know what?
You moved up.
I'm here by myself. Nobody's going to notice me. I'm chilling.
Yeah, you're not in a group of people.
Yeah, I'm not in a group. I can blend in. So I told the people next to me, I was like, listen, if you don't see me when I come back, nice knowing you. So I got up, dipped, and like went down to basically the seating area that was just right before like the VIP, like floor seats right in front of the stage. And I just sat down behind like a group of people to kind of just blend in because security was only at the bottom. They weren't at the top of like the arena. So I was like, you know what, whatever. So I sat down, was chilling, like just, you know, like whatever, acting natural. And then as the time went on, I moved up another seat. And then from there, I was just chilling. Like I was talking to the people that were like next to me just to like make it like less like awkward. And then it was just a vibe. I just was chilling. He played all the good songs, like all old songs. It was such a good time. Like if you follow me on TikTok, like you seen, like I was turned.
Nah, these are cool. Like the anniversaries, like Lil Wayne. He's like one of like the top 5 like artists. Mm-hmm. And I feel like back then, if he came here, the whole East Coast would have been there.
No, seriously, and
or a whole Connecticut at least.
That's what blows my mind. Like,
and now that he kind of died down,
yeah, I'm like, do people not realize this is
Lil
Wayne, the best rapper? Yeah. I don't care what anybody says, the best rapper. This is Lil Wayne, and there's empty seats. The tickets are only $60. What?
If it was back then, everybody would have been there.
What? Well, I mean, everybody was in the lawn. The lawn was packed. But yeah, it was an awesome concert. But like, I love going to concerts. I also just recently went to Keisha Cole last month also. It was great. She brought out Big Sean. She had Lil Kim. And that's another thing. I'm like, I'm like, Lil Kim, what? She had everybody there.
Yeah, you said Big Sean too.
Yeah, she ran. I didn't even know that she was going to bring him out. But yeah, I'm like, all these people I love. Like, I love listening to live music. Like, I love like hearing the like live instruments. I love concerts.
You doing photography, you doing your business, in general, like for like networking, that plays like a big part of you, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Or business owners in general.
Yeah, definitely. I can say like, first and foremost, like ever since having my business and going like legally with it and, you know, getting my LLC, I don't think I actually paid for an ad maybe once or twice, like on Facebook to like, you know, promote my business. So I would say networking is definitely top tier. Like, would they say your net worth is your net worth?
Yeah.
I always get it mixed up.
Your network is your net worth.
Yeah. But that is not a lie. Like, that's not a cliche. That is 1,000% true, because everything that I've built and that I have, like all the success I have in my business is from networking, for sure. Being an entrepreneur, the best advice I could say is if you see any type of networking event, go to it. If you see like anyone anywhere, even just like out in like the grocery store, just out anywhere, like open your mouth, because you never know like who you could run into, who you can make a connection with, because that can set you up so far down the road. Like even just like me being connected to David, yeah, like we're family, but like he knows people that like I don't know, that I could probably like talk with him and he could connect me to, level up to my business. So that don't sleep on that, for sure.
I feel like a lot of people, they have talents like for anything, but some people, they're so like extroverts. Like what's a good like tip you could get for people that are like extroverts that want to do that, but they're scared to like network?
Yeah. I would say like maybe even like bring a friend or like somebody close that you know. Like a few times I've definitely brought like my best friend and be like, hey, like there's this thing going on downtown. Like I want to go, but like I don't know if I want to go alone. Even if they're not in the same field as you, doing like the same like exact interests as you, like bring somebody that you know kind of like helps you open up. Because I've brought one of my close friends with me to a few things, and it even helped her. Like it may not be like I'm a photographer, she's esthetician. It may not be the same field, but it worked out for us both, individually. So it's like, if you're not comfortable, bring somebody, or honestly, be on the phone. Like, people have their AirPods, their headphones. Mm-hmm. Go to places on the phone and be like, all right, like I feel a little comfortable now. Like I'm gonna hang up, and then let me just start talking, or like even like small talk. I would have to say, like, starting out, I hated small talk. I was not a fan of it. Like, I thought it was just the most weirdest, cringiest thing, like, but like, you could even just start off with like a quick compliment, like, oh, like, I like your hat. Like, it's cool.
Nice shoes.
Yeah, nice shoes. Like, and they'd be like, oh, so what do you do? Or like, just small conversations. Like, you just have to really just put yourself out there and just not think like, oh, like, they might judge me. Like, oh, they're going to think I'm weird. And it's like, everybody's weird. Be for real.
Yeah, yep.
Everybody's weird. Everybody is like something, So it's just really like, just, I don't know.
Just put yourself out there.
Put yourself out there.
Yeah. Talk about the events you host.
The events. So in the studio, honestly, I just throw random stuff. I just have like ideas, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it. So
Who does
back,
it? Who does it aim towards? Like,
mhm.
okay, yeah, go ahead.
So in the beginning of the year, I hosted my first content event, and that was actually in thought of a few new photographers that I was encounter with, and they were, asking me a lot of questions like, how can I get some clients, or like, how can I build my portfolio? And I was like, you know what? Let me just have like a content, gathering. And honestly, it was a nice way to get everybody together that was new, or like had already had a little bit of experience but just wanted to build their portfolio. So with that, I honestly just reached out to a bunch of people, seeing if they'd want to model and pose for the photos. And then I sent it out to a lot of photographers, whether they just picked up a camera, or they've been taking pictures, but they probably want to try out like, new equipment, or just have a reason to just take pictures. So that was actually pretty successful. It was really fun. It was a long like weekend, but it was really cool because I met some, newer photographers. And again, back to the networking, like they were able to meet other photographers, meet some of the people who modeled, like, and that helped them grow their new business. Like one of the photographers, EJ, he shout out to EJ. He's really been like killing it. Like his first time actually doing photos and things like that was at the event, and ever since then he's just been like taking more pictures, using those pictures from the event to, use as samples to show prospective clients. And yeah, like having those little events, I feel like it's a great way to like just like have community come together, everybody meet each other, and just grow from each other, honestly. And then on the other hand, I have my headshot events that I do every Thursday. That's been a fun thing,
Yeah, those are dope.
Yeah.
Well,
You came to my
to
first
one of
one.
them. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that was your first one.
Yeah, it was like one of the first ones I did. Yeah. That also just came out of like a random thought where I was like, I have so many people who hit me up to do headshots, but sometimes people's schedules just don't work. And I was like, you know what? Why do I make it flexible for, people who might not have a regular schedule, or just like it's a challenge for them to commit to a photo shoot. So with my headshot Thursdays, I offer them every Thursday in the evening, and it's no like commitment. Like you could just walk in, show up, take your picture, and keep it moving, versus like having to set a day, a time, and all these things, and then like being afraid that you have to reschedule. So those actually have been like really successful in so many ways, because it's helped me meet new people, and again, network, and see, people in my surrounding area. Because like I've definitely met a few people who have helped me connect with other, business owners, or even just like other people who I can reach out to and be like, hey, like, I need this service, or like I know somebody that needs a service, and now I know who I could reach out to for them that they could provide it for. So
I feel like everyone needs a headshot. They don't even realize like they need it, like for business, even like LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have LinkedIn with your hat backwards in
Yeah,
a jersey.
yeah, exactly.
People don't realize they need it until they're like, oh, I don't have a
Yeah.
professional photo.
Yeah,
Right?
someone that actually just came to my recent one that I just had last week. She just got her, I think her license. I can't remember what it was, but she recently just got her license in the field that she was going to school for, and she was saying like they needed a picture of her, and she's like, oh my god, like I only have selfies, like I don't have anything that looks professional. And she contacted me, showed up, and it all worked out. So it's like this little thing that I just randomly came up from thought just happens to be like something that people need. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Like just throwing little events.
No, it is cool. When you do these events, and I know
Mm-hmm.
like there's people like there's negative things that happen, and
Mm-hmm.
there's good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
But what are like the boundaries you have like towards your business and stuff? Because you
Yeah.
have to keep it professional at the same time.
Right. Yeah. I feel like part of like being a business owner, there definitely has like the ups and downs where people just see you as that. Like, sure, like you see me scroll, like you see me on Instagram and I'm posting, but like maybe you texted me and was like, hey, like, can I book a photo shoot? Can I do this and that? And then you're thinking like, oh, like I haven't heard from her in 2 minutes, but she just posted on Instagram. And it's like, it sounds so crazy. Yeah. Saying that out loud sounds so crazy, but it's like, there's literally like, after a while, like you have to like really instill like boundaries with people because people want like instant gratification. Like I just messaged you, I'm expecting you to get back to me 5 minutes before I even messaged you. Yeah. And it's like, let's be real. Like I have a life. Like maybe I'm like, you know, in a photo shoot or I'm on my way to a photo shoot or maybe not even business related. Like maybe I'm taking care of my daughter or, you know, just trying to have a moment to myself to like decompress from the day, the week that I had. And it's like, here you go, blowing my phone up. Like, you know, like send me, I've had people who literally contacted me like 6, 7 in the morning, call me, leave me a voicemail, email me, send me a DM. Today. Send me a text, put a locator on me. And it's like, crazy. Hey, chill. Like, I'm still sleeping. I'm still, you know, trying to get through the day. So for me to like instill boundaries, I actually ended up getting a second phone. So it's funny. People see me walk around.
You're like a drug dealer. Yeah. Drug dealers got 2 phones, right?
Yeah, people are always like, you got 2 phones? I'm like, yeah. I turned that business phone off. Yeah. So like having... the boundaries is definitely key. And it doesn't, in certain ways, like it can feel like, oh, like, you know, I'm not tending to people or, oh, like I'm kind of being a little selfish but it's like, no, like you are trying to put that respect between yourself and like clients or just like people in general, because some people really just don't care. Like they really just don't care. Yeah. Like, when it comes to like contacting you throughout the day or like how fast they want something. So I've learned to like be a better communicator. That definitely took some time, but after
because you're trying to be professional, but people could like push your buttons. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause like, and it's a thin line between like, you know, being professional and being like, I want to please people or like, you know, and it's like, but I also have to look out for myself. Like me personally, like I don't want to do something that I don't agree with or like push myself to like, you know, if somebody's like, oh, I need that picture like tomorrow. And it's like, hey, tomorrow I actually have other things I have to do. Like I'm not about to bend backwards for you. Sorry. And that definitely took a lot of time for me to get to that space because again, like having that like a thin line of professionalism and people pleasing. But
I didn't think about that. Like time frame, like do you give people a time frame when they want their pictures, right?
Mm-hmm. So I mean, I know people don't read at all, but in my contracts that I have people sign, like it does mention like the turnaround time, and like usually before people book photo shoots with me, I do try to explain that like, you know, like you could expect pictures at this time or, you know, how everything works. But I gotta give a shout out to Ale. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. But I have to give her a shout out really quick because I feel like seeing her navigate with her business and how she instilled boundaries on her business, that honestly like inspired me and made me realize that it's okay to, you know, separate business and personal life. Because all the years that like I was like growing with my business from the beginning, it was really just like somebody hits me like, okay, bet, I'm responding to them instantly. Oh, somebody wants their picture. I'm in the middle of editing another client, but another person was like, hey, I need that picture like right now. Bet I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing for that client and help this person. Or, you know, like, hey, I'm at dinner with my family. I'm at a event with my family. Let me pull out my laptop really quick and edit some pictures. Like, it was really just like no management, no boundaries, no anything. It was just like, whatever, let's just get it done. I'm gonna just do it right now. Like, and just completely neglecting myself, neglecting my family.
I could imagine when you first start, you don't know. So you feel like you have to
you feel like you have to because
it's your
business.
Like,
I don't want people bad mouthing me. I don't want a bad review. I don't want to experience any of that. Like, of course, you're not going to be liked by everybody, but you do at least want to like represent yourself in a way so that way it's still driving people in. But yeah, going back to LA, I remember seeing this post that she had on her story, and it literally was like, hey, like, my business hours are from this time to that time. Like, if I'm going to get back to you, it's going to be in that window. And there was something else that she had mentioned in her post, but like after I seen that, it kind of like sparked something in me and like made me switch gears where it was like, whoa, like you can do that? Like, and it sounds so silly because it's like, yeah, you can do that. You're the owner. You have control. Like, you call the shots. So after seeing that, I was like, okay, wow, like, I actually prefer not to, talk to clients maybe after 8 p.m. or, maybe I prefer not to try to send their pictures right away or just little things. So it's like after a while, I started like seeing what I like, what I don't like, what I agree with, what I don't agree with that, made me feel good or, what made sense for me in my personal life and me in my business and was like, all right, this is what's going to go. So that's when I had to learn to like communicate better with people. So that way people aren't just like expecting things or like me thinking they could read my mind, even though I didn't even like give them the rundown. So now with my business, I let people know from the get-go. I'm like, all right, let's hop on a phone call. You're confused? Let's hop on a phone call. Let me explain everything to you. So you're not confused, I'm not confused. And then let's set that boundary right then and there so that way there's no disrespect on either side. So a lot of it definitely came from like just experience, like just
I felt like you have
it.
to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For photography, like for like the future, I know you did like weddings and stuff before. Like, do you want to get into like art photography?
Mm-hmm. Like concept, like creative stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it, but after photographing for over a decade now, I kind of like touch base into like what I really like and what I'm really passionate about, and I feel like the creative aspects, those are definitely fun, but I'm not as passionate about them. As of lately, I feel like I've been really passionate towards just photographing people like in their element, like outside, on location. Like lately I've been enjoying photographing couples a lot. And it honestly comes in waves, I would say. Like one day I'm like, oh, I love doing couples. I love doing, maternity. And the next day I'm like, I love doing brand shoots. I love doing business shoots. So it's kind of like, it really depends on the flow of state that I'm in at that moment.
Yeah. And like for photography, I noticed like the job you do, it's actually hard. Like you actually tell people how to stand. Like not every photographer does that, where they tell you how to stand, how you should move your hand. You kind of guide people and make people feel comfortable. Because some people are like, I don't know, just I'm taking a photo. Like you do you,
right?
But it comes out bad. But you kind of guide people on how to stand, and it comes out real good. That's why I consider you one of the best in Connecticut.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I would say a lot of that actually came from school. When I was in photography school, we would have portfolio reviews where they would put our pictures up like on a huge screen in front of everybody, and like there'd be judges or like our teachers, and they would be like, okay, like this picture, this person's hand looks like, like crazy. You should have had it like this. So hearing them like say those things in front of everybody, like literally tearing your picture apart piece by piece, like every little detail has made me be like a super like detail photographer where I'm like, all
you
right,
thought I was good.
Yeah.
I thought I was good. Yeah.
I'm like, we're not taking the picture until everything gets right. So yeah, like when it comes to little details, I don't play about it. Like I'm not even taking the picture until we get it right.
Yeah, I noticed from like most of the reviews, they speak about that all the time, right? Your other business, Smiles Photo Booth.
Yeah.
So how'd you get into doing that? I mean, of course, it's photography too.
So once I found out I was having my daughter, I was like, again, I don't want to go back to working a regular job. I want to what can I do to like bring more revenue in? So in that time, I seen a lot of photo booths popping up, slowly becoming a thing. And I just did some research and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll add that as a service because I did want to add some type of other service for people to like have. And then I was like, you know what? The photo booth seems low maintenance, not too bad. So I ended up getting a Chloe photo booth. That's the type that I have. It's not a 360. It's basically like a ring light. You stand right in front of it, you tap it, it takes a few pictures. You can have it print out or digital, but right now I just leave it at digital copies. But again, going back to my daughter, like she was the reason for it. So shout out to her for sure.
Shout out to Jamie.
Shout out to Jamie, my little assistant, aka my manager. But yeah, like having that business, it's actually fun too because it's nice not only just taking the pictures like I do with my photography business, but seeing people have fun and like, you know, taking selfies at like events or, you know, grand openings, different things. Like it's just a nice, quicker way to just see people building memories and, you know, having fun.
What made you go full time in your business?
So actually I came to realize that I am not a good worker. I do not like working a regular job and
Full time?
full time, part time, anytime.
Oh wow.
I don't like taking orders from others. I like to be the one head honcho. So realizing that, and not for nothing too, like with jobs, I was quick to like start a job. If you blinked at me wrong, I'm leaving the next day or I'm leaving in that moment. I've had times where I've worked jobs where I literally would clock out on break and then not come back and not say a word, like just dip. But after a while, like when I was working at Amazon, something like I was literally just writing down like some goals and just like getting ideas of like what I could do. And I realized at one point that the job itself was blocking the blessings of my business. So I was like, you know what? Like, if I just give it a chance, try to go full time for, you know, a few months, see what happens. What's the worst can happen? It works out, cool. If it doesn't, just go get another job. So that's basically the mindset that I had of like going full time. And I actually ended up going full time with my business the month before COVID happened. So
That's hard. Like
yeah.
you had to wear the mask, right? Taking photos?
Yeah.
And you have to tell your clients they don't want to take photos with a mask on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would wear a mask and I would obviously keep my distance and here and there I would wear gloves. But yeah, I thought in that moment I was like, oh no, like I probably am going to have to go back to working because, you know, it's COVID. Like nobody's working. People aren't going to want to get pictures because they're going to want to be, you know, saving their money. Yeah, right. People still wanted their pictures and people were finding a way to pay. So throughout that whole year, again, like I want to say it was probably that February where I made that decision. I was like, you know what, let me just give it a shot. And then COVID happened. Everything was shut down. And I was still going out and doing photo shoots. I was taking pictures outside. I was, you know, going to clients' houses and just wearing masks. And it worked. You know, it somehow worked. Here and there, I did Uber, so part of that was kind of still being my own boss, waking up when I needed to and like, you know, doing drives, picking people up, dropping them off wherever, and just making things work. But going from that, it was just like it was more just like, you know, I don't want to work for somebody else. I want to have some type of control of my schedule because with the part-time jobs or like trying to do the full-time jobs, it was taking away from me being available for my business and for, you know, people to book me for services. So it's like if I'm working Monday through Friday or like even sometimes working on the weekends, how am I supposed to, you know, take an event or how am I supposed to work with somebody else's schedule who's only available, you know, like maybe 2:00 on a Wednesday or, you know, and that time I would be working. So I was like, you know what, let me just give it a shot. you know? And that's with anything, honestly. It's like, if you don't try, you don't know. So unless you just like, you know, bet on yourself, take a chance, you know? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You at least tried and you know. Same thing with my studio. It worked, and now I'm on to the next.
No, I think that's pretty cool. Like for me, I work a full-time job. You know, I got a family, I got kids and stuff, and I feel like things always go wrong. Like I'm working at my job, things go wrong. I'm like, I'm leaving this job. Like,
Yeah.
but I can't do that.
Right.
But me now, I'm pushing so much. Like, oh, I'm doing my podcast. Like, I can't do this. One day something will come out the podcast.
Yeah.
But I'm all here at work. Like, I'm just here to do my job. I do my job. I go home. But when I get there, there's always something else. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like things always go wrong. To me, it's like a redirection. And I feel like it's meant to happen. I'm supposed to feel this way and not get comfortable.
Yeah. No, literally.
And I
it's
feel
literally
like
that.
this is making me like want to do this like full time. So I've been spending so much time doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Like people don't see it. You see it.
Yeah.
And my wife, she sees it. Like there's so much things like I'm trying to do. And I was like, why not just do it? And things going wrong at work, it's actually redirecting me to do better.
Yeah.
Because if I was comfortable, I'd just be like, I'll do it someday.
Right.
But when it's weird, you got this energy like, oh no, things are gonna get better. When things get bad, things get better. That's what we were talking about, right?
Yeah. No, literally that, because in that time when I was working, right before I made that decision, I was working full time at Amazon, and I actually was doing like a part-time job with another photographer. I was his studio manager. And again, like you were saying, like everything was kind of like going down here, like working at those places. I was not happy. Like I was like, I'm feeling this way for a reason. Like if I'm meant to be in a space, it would come natural. It would feel good. It wouldn't be so challenging. It wouldn't feel like, ugh, like, you know, like, and then I was like, you know what? I want to be in a place where I feel good. So, you know, and it's not the case for everybody, because obviously everybody has like, you know, different lives where you have to provide or you have to do this and you have to do that. So you have no choice but to have that job. But for somebody who is like starting their own business or starting something that they want to be passionate about and be full time with it, one thing I can say is like, definitely don't let that job or like that one thing just be it for all. Like let it be the thing that pushes you further with, you know,
your purpose.
Your purpose. Because it's like, okay, I'm gonna use, like for me example, I'll be like, okay, when I got this studio, I was like, all right, obviously I'm full time, like I don't have all the funds right now, but if I use this job, I'm going to use it for the abilities just as to fund the business. Not like, oh, this is just my life with this job. Like, that's it. No, I'm using this job as a purpose. This job has a purpose. I'm going to go, show up, do what I got to do, keep it moving. I'm not going to let it control all my emotions, control all my feelings, control everything for me. So I'm just going to let that be a vessel, a tool, and then, you know, so that's just the way I see it. It's like, I don't let it take over me. I make sure that my passion is still first and foremost, the first priority, and just keep feeding that.
No, that's a real thing. I feel like, and when you're at jobs, you kind of feel like, you almost feel like entitled. You feel like deserving. Like, I do so much at work. I feel like I deserve this. But they look at it and they're like, no, you don't. Your position kind of tells you you don't deserve it because of your title.
Right.
And how like jobs work. They give you what, 3%, 5%, and how it works. You're like, I'm worth way more than that. You're like, I'm going to prove like there's like something in like the higher power that's telling you like, no, you deserve way more than that. Like, but you're not going to get it if you're not going to chase it, right?
Right, yeah.
And that's what you did.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, because it's like, again, like being in that place of just comfort. It's like you really have to push yourself out of your comfort zone. If you're feeling comfort, you're not growing.
Yeah.
You're not growing. Like, and I mean, it's nice to be feeling comfortable because, like, you know, nothing's going wrong, everything's cool, like, you know, but it's like, you want to challenge yourself a little bit. You don't want to just be so content, like, you know, like, oh, like, you know, I wake up every day at this time, like, I'm just on the same thing. Like, you know, this is just life. Like, I guess this is just what life is now. Like,
Oh yeah, you're literally
This is
a
just how it
freaking
is. But it's
robot.
like, no, like if
Yeah,
you don't like it, like get out. Yeah, you don't have to be a robot. Get out of it. Like wake up, get up. You could, what is it? You change your mind, you change your life. I
yeah,
literally woke up like 2 weeks ago and was like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't keep this studio.
yeah.
And I was like,
It's so funny because you do everything with like a smile on your face. I'm like,
yeah.
Treasure, bad shit just happened to you. Like, why the hell are you smiling? And I can't even tell Treasure's face. You always have a smile, which is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And when I see you, I'm all like, damn, she makes it look so easy. You're like, you always got a smile on your face. Like, you're a professional at what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah. I would say that honestly is definitely, yeah, because at times, like, there's a lot of weight that I carry that I just don't let it be shown. And, people go to me like, oh, she's good. Like, she got it. Like, I'm not worried about her. And it's like, nah, you kind of need to because I got stuff stirring and churring up in there.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
But I will say, like, after going to therapy, like finding a really good therapist, shout out to my therapist, I have learned to like just be very mindful of things. And it's like, just take everything like one day at a time and just be like, okay, right now this can be happening, but what is this happening for? Like, what is the reason of this for? Like, it's not happening to me. It could be happening for me for a reason. And that's what kind of just gives me like that positivity. It's like, what they say, like not every, or what is it?
There's another one. They say, God doesn't give you what you want. He gives you what you need.
Yeah. Or
And
also
that's
too,
such a
like,
true
like
statement.
everything doesn't last forever. So I also think of that too, like, even if it's something good and happy, like, yeah, that might not last forever. Like, again, like that wave might come in where like something bad comes or like bad things are going on constantly, but it's like, it's going to pass. That's going to pass. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a lot to deal with. And what did they call it? Like a bad season?
Yeah, like you could be having a bad season. Like I won't even front. Like I've had some bad seasons. Like this past fall, I was down bad. Like I even had to tell a few clients, like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. We need to reschedule because I'm not in that space to give you the best version of me."
Yeah.
And getting to that point was
I
like,
think that's pretty cool because you're more like open. So people
yeah.
are like, oh, at least she's telling me
Yeah,
what it
because
really
I
is.
would
Yeah.
hate to like go into like giving a service and like knowing like dang, like I didn't even give them the best of me because I was down bad. But like I'm like, okay, like let me just be transparent, like, hey, like I know everything that we planned up to this moment. Like you had this appointment scheduled, that appointment, and you moved your schedule around to like do this photo shoot or do whatever. But like for the best results, for me personally, I don't think we should do this. And I had that happen with a client, and I'm so glad that her and I were like very transparent with each other because when the day did come for the photo shoot, it was great. Like the pictures came out really awesome. Like we had a really good session. Like even just us talking, like it was really good. And like sometimes, like I feel like we don't give ourselves enough grace of like, like we're humans, like you don't always have to have it all going on. You don't always have to be like, with a smile on your face, or you don't always have to like look like everything is perfect. Like you can go through those emotions, like go through those motions, but don't stay in it. That's the key. Just don't stay in it.
So how do you like dig yourself out of that?
I would say for right now, with therapy, like I go to my therapist, I see her frequently. Other times I just like try to sit and like either like listen to music that gets me going or frequencies or journal or just talk to people that I trust that can at least give some good advice or like listen well. But yeah, like for those moments I definitely do a mix of those things.
Now that you closed your first studio, what can we expect next from you?
In this transition from closing my studio, I am in the process of rebranding my photography business once again. And really just focusing on time with my daughter because going again back to the boundaries and the personal life, work life balance, I realized that I in like the prime time of her learning years. So I really want to focus on, motherhood and really enjoying it, because not for nothing, when I got my photo studio, it was when I was 2 months postpartum. So I was going through, the postpartum trenches. So literally just living off of survival mode, just trying to make things work for the studio, my business, mom life, family life. So right now, you could pretty much just expect me being in my time of just stillness, enjoying all of the goals that I said I was sitting in, and just sitting in my abundance, and just taking everything that I've learned the past 10 years since I've graduated photography school, and just moving more strategically, moving in a slower state where, again, I'm not living in survival mode. So, yeah, you'll just see me photographing more couples, more events, and focusing on my other businesses and probably newer business ventures. So I would say just keep an eye out on all of those things. And yeah.
You mentioned the trenches. Like, what do you mean by that?
For like the postpartum trenches, yeah, for women, I feel like it's taking very lightly. Like, once you have a child, that you have to get right back into work, get right back to yourself, snap back, like, but it's like, hey, hold on, I just gave birth to a whole life. Like, I just had an entire experience, one, being pregnant, and then two, going through childbirth, and then now I have to navigate having this child. And I feel like all of that is just taken so lightly, where it's like, women just think that, like, okay, we don't need to take that time for ourselves. We need to just, nourish the child, give the child what they need, and then, get back into work. And it's like, we actually need that time to, like, kind of get back to ourselves, pour into ourselves, and not only just be a mother, but, like, you're obviously not the same person you were before you had your child, but, like, you can at least work on little things where you feel whole and feel like you, because you do tend to lose yourself. And I feel like throwing in being a mom, being a business owner, and also trying to, be a family person and navigating your individual self, it's like, you're literally like, okay, like, today I did good in the, family quadrant, or part of the pie, and then the next day I did better, like, I brushed my hair, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like little things like that. So I feel like in this next season for me, it's really just focusing on, like, pulling back and having a healthier work-life balance, being present and not in survival mode. And, really just giving everyone the best version of myself, because now that I'm out of the postpartum trenches, I can pour back into me to, really flourish better in all different ways. So, yeah.
Wow, that was a good answer.
Thank you.
But anyways, let the viewers know how they can find you.
You can find me everywhere. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. On Instagram, I'm Treja X Nicole, TrejaXNicole. And Facebook, Treja Nicole Photography. TikTok, I actually don't know what my TikTok name is, but I'm sure you can find it some way.
We'll put it on there.
And then my photo booth business is Smiles with a Z, SMILEZ, Photo Booth LLC. Yeah. So.
Okay. Make sure you subscribe and like. Link will be bottom of the page. Catch y'all later. Peace.
Toodles.